Hey, how's it going, folks? You know, when I was studying social work, and like I said, I wasn't very political with anything at the time, but to understand what's going on, and I have to, to be on that, whatever the political view or whatever, I have to align that area, or it's got to be hate crime or whatever you guys want to see. But I think the area that they talk a lot about is the white man privilege or the white privilege, right? And when I look at the whole thing, and you have the intersectionality, obviously, the more they talked about Kamala Harris, right? Being black, cisgender, come from middle class or poor family, come from Indian family, and if you have more of that or disability or whatever your label you have, whatever the symptom you have, they praise highly regards, and they really wanted to promote that in today's world. And at the time, I had to apologize for being a man in the class, right? And as today in real world and what I'm experiencing, it kind of really makes draw the line. As an immigrant or migrant, right? Even though I have an English first name, which is William, right? And my last name is Lin, right? It's a Chinese name. Of course, they gotta say, oh, it's Chinese, right? But what if I have an English last name? People over the phone would treat me differently, all right? And that's why I say this white privilege thing and this whole thing is really, really serious, because all my life, when I try to battle whatever, I have to go through the hardest and severe than everyone else. And that's why I am fear of, doing anything, because of the ongoing battles and everything. The family, what they give me this name, William, and my last name, they inherit my family's bloodline, right? It's not going too well. If I had a different last name, if I had an English last name, and I see those who have an English last name who has it very easy in their life. And I think that if we had to go to that direction, and I see in the past who the people that I deal with migrants who is having English last name deliberately change or whatever, their lives is simple and easier. And as unfortunately in a multicultural world, unfortunately that's the way how it is, even though they try to promote the intersectionality in the Western world. And it started to realize that when I did my insurance, the how many phone calls, the way how they treated me was disgusting, because I have to prove after proof after proof. Like, I felt like I was guilty. It's just a car crash. The moral of the whole thing is that she went through a red light. She crashed in my car. My car just went from 90 degrees to elsewhere now. Now my car has shifted to 140 degrees, 130 degrees with the impact. And when you have like that, and what if the left lane, there was a vehicle going at the same time, I would have crashed on him. But it has to be going to severe level to prove myself that I'm not in fault, just because the opposite side has an English first name and an English last name. That's why I said the whole thing is just so much of my name and who I am is gone through too much battle. And I realized that in my life, nothing was given to me easy in my life. Everything was hard. My life is difficult to never move forward in life. And I go through all that, It's a good lesson. And I started to reflect on my relationship with my baby mama at the time. Everyone think I'm delusional. I'm over-exaggerate everything what I said, because I experienced so much, being thumbed down all the time. And when you have like that, it makes it the whole thing as very, very difficult to see, the easy light or the last light. And you always think about further steps ahead to counter punch to counterpunch left and right, and you learn it in a very hard way. And that's why I said in that video, and what I'm saying here is that life is not easy being an immigrant. That's, with the name that you inherit for your family.